So, ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome to our Wednesday afternoon session here at Admiral Markets, and it's such a great pleasure for me to have you here in our webinar as every week. And I hope you're feeling good and you are ready for rumble for this wonderful topic this afternoon: scalping for Forex beginners. So we have a lot of people and viewers this afternoon here. I'm feeling honored. Wherever you are, warm welcome from the bottom of my heart. It's such a great pleasure. Please don't forget, I'm a German guy. My English is based on German as well. I speak English since around 3 years right now, and do a lot of effort to getting better and better. But please don't forget that not everything is right, and my expression is not always the best. But I hope I will do everything that you can understand what I want to say. If you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat box. My colleague is here with me from Admiral Markets, and he will answer your question, whatever you have. Please feel free. If you have questions about a single slide, it's coming through some thoughts crossing your mind, type in the chat box. There is no secret. I want to share everything with you, what I learned in the last 20 years. And please feel free. It's up to you because it's your webinar. And of course, if you watch this video by YouTube a little bit later, and you have any questions about a single slide, type it below this video and I will comment it. I will give you answer, me or my colleagues. It would be a great pleasure if you can get in contact about that. And we will never leave a client behind of us. Therefore, we have a great surprise about a new community we created for you. And I guess it's worth to stay in this webinar till the end, because we can talk about this wonderful thing about our trading spotlight community. Oh, Vincenzo, thank you very much for that compliment. I'm blushing right now a little bit. Thank you very much. So greetings to all the other guys around the world. Sandra, I can see it here, wherever you are. Wonderful, good afternoon. So scalping for beginners is our topic for today. What is on the agenda today? Especially, first of all, what is scalping in basically? So we talk about the pros and cons about this trading approach, because I know a lot of people want to make scalping because they have the illusion they can make a lot of money with that. So when to scalp? So do we have best and worst times? So, and how you can move from a beginner to an intermediate and an advanced trader, so an advanced scalper, for example. So as I told you very often, I'm not the VIP person here because you are the VIP person in this webinar. So you are the most important guy here. And this is just me. I'm a trader and coach, and I want to share all my experience with the guys. And yes, but that's the more important guys, my wonderful colleagues from Admiral Markets. They're one of these guys here in our session among of us. And thanks for this effort, Franjo. Wonderful, good afternoon. So, and he will answer your questions, what you type in the chat box, or I can read it as well. And yes, I tried to, just a little bit, I tried to extend my webcam, but unfortunately it doesn't happen because I cannot enlarge it, because this only can do the admin. So this is from Admiral Markets. I cannot enlarge it at the moment. So that's just an information. Okay, let's talk about scalping. So look at the picture. I know this is really remarkable, but this is the thing how our mind is working. So, and you know, if most of the times the best jokes you can remember is about remarkable pictures, and for us guys, it's most of the times it's just some jokes about sex and something stupid other things. So this stupid things we can remind, and we can put it in our mind. You can ask me about a stupid joke a couple of years ago. I can repeat it again. So for that, I use. I'm a life coach as well, like a trader and mentor and life coach as well. And if I teach some guys, I only work with remarkable pictures. So you can remember that really, really good, and you can put it in your mind for a long, long time if you work with remarkable pictures. So, and for that but that reason I use this picture, what is scalping? So, because it's the connection to trading scalping. So, for example, the dictionary says about scalping, it is the skin covering the head, excluding the face. And in history, it was about the North American Indians. So the scalp with the hair belonging to it is cut or torn away from an enemy's head as a battle trophy, a former practice among North American Indians. So this is what the dictionary says about scalping. And I know, as I said, this is how should I say it? A remarkable picture. If you said an Indian and he's cut the skin, or is cut the scalp from the head and with excluding the face, it's really terrible, and it's really, how should I say, a violated practice. So, but yes, it is like it is. It cannot be otherwise. It's part of the history. It's just gruesome. I learned a new word. Thanks very much. Gruesome. So it's how should I say? It's nothing for me. So I'm always afraid if I have to go to this to the hairstylist. if he will do his job really good. So it's almost very close to scalping if you go to the hairstylist. So, and as a scalper, guys, a scalper, how should I say, wants to have the best piece of the cake like a trophy. And this is a little bit connection to like scalping, because the North American Indians said the scalp is the trophy. It's the most important thing. The head, it's the expression of everybody, the full body. And if you take it away, okay, I have the trophy. So it's like the best piece of a body. So, and a scalper used to do exactly the same want to scalp, I want to cut some points out of the market and wants to have the best piece of the cake like this trophy. And I know there are very different opinions about scalping, and I want to say you in the very first beginning of this webinar and this video, if you show it on YouTube later, I am not a scalper, because scalping is really, really, I want to be often to you, I want to be frank to you, really, really difficult. And we need to talk about the pros and cons as well. I know a lot of people come to trading with the intention to say, oh, I want to scalp, I want to make profit in really less time. But at the end, really, really less people make money with scalping. And we have to figure out why it is so. What's the reason by that? So let's go to the next slide. And if you have any questions about the single slide, type in the chat box. I'm waiting for it, and we can talk about it. What's crossing your mind? Maybe you can type in the chat box, are you a scalper? So from Vincenzo, I know he is not, because he prefers trading intraday and swing trading. So I'm not an intraday trader. I'm only a swing trader in 4-hourly chart, sometimes in daily or hourly chart, because I know there is high, the higher money, the more money, more profit is to make in swing trading. Wrong scalping is the fastest way to the poorhouse. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If you cannot do that job, you will lose all your money. So and I want to help you to see it in the best way. And yes, Kamal, we want to see the best practice. I will give you some advices how you can cope this challenge. But, and this is the most important question about that, is it up to you? Do you feel comfortable in that point? If you feel comfortable in scalping, because we need to talk about the cons. It's not about, it's just like a dream to make money in a very less time. But you know, we talked about the business plan and we talked about the ego last week, about what kind of person you are. And for a scalping, it's you must be the right person for that. You have to be the right attitudes and behavior to make scalping in the right and positive and profitable way. So it's Kamal, to answer your question, thanks for it. So you see, I have questions here. It's really funny. It's really nice. First of all, there is one side to have a good practice. I guess there is not a best practice. It's a working practice, how you can make money. But on the other side, and this is that I think this is much more important, what kind of person you are. Are you made for this kind of trading? And this you have to figure out. And I guess you can figure it out very, very quick. And so let's see what we can do, and let's talk about some practice and of course a little bit more. So first of all, let's talk about the pros and cons of this trading approach. So we have of course some benefits of it and some pros of it, and you can scalp of course anytime and in almost every market. So, and first of all, I have to say thank you for Playman Kolev. Thank you very much. You always like my on Twitter my messages. Thank you very much for that. I'm really grateful for that. And you said scalping is a lot of work and a lot of working time, no free time. That's true. That's on the cons side. But let's first about the good news, how you can make money with that. So the pro is you can scalp every time and in almost every market, almost every market. So how we can say something? Okay, so let's suppose you are a part-time trader and you have to work from maybe, if you don't a shift trader, you're a normal trader, you have a normal job from in the morning, 7, 8 to 4 or 5 in the evening. In the afternoon, you come home, maybe at 5. Okay, then you will have time. So, okay, if you're a scalper, watch the charts, you only want some pips, bim, boom, in, out, move away, that quickly you have your money. So it's not depending, almost not depending from the time. And of course, almost every market, not of course really every market, but you have a lot of markets. So therefore it's possible as a part-time trader, or maybe you have to make you have to work in shifts. You have night shift, early shift, or afternoon shift. So I worked a lot of shifts in my past because I worked for a couple of years 3 shifts, and I hated the night shift. Oh my God, it was so hard. When all the other guys went to bed, I have to go out and have to work through the whole damn night, and it was not so funny. It's not really, and to sleep through the day is not really the best thing. So, but if you're a part-time trader and you are, maybe you have time in the morning because you have to work in the afternoon or in the evening, do it. So open your chat, open your chart, open the market, and you can do whatever you want. So there's no borders, no edges of time you have to do. So the pro is you're engaged in such a trade for a very little time. So back to this remarkable picture about the scalp, you know, that was the scalp, this one. How long does it take to cover the scalp from the head? Just boom, one slide, It's okay, maybe a little 2 or 3, but just a little bit time. So here we have the same. You are engaged really, really less time, because scalping, it's the meaning of the word, to take a scalp, to scalp some pips out of the market. How long does it take? Just only seconds, maybe minutes, 5 minutes. If you are long engaged, maybe 10 minutes. So let me tell you a little story about that. I had a session with one of our wonderful colleagues. He's working for Admiral Markets as well. It's Heiko Behrendt. He's working in the German part on Mondays about the DAX trader. And we were together on the stage, on a booth, and we had a wonderful session to clients, to the audience. And he's a scalper. He's an absolutely famous scalper. So you can see that his hairstyle, no hairs anymore on his head, and he's a really damn young guy. So, and we were sitting close to each other, and he was a scalper, and you know, I'm a swing trader, very easy, very comfortable, very relaxed in hourly charts. And at that session, I forced him, because we were in a little bit battle, and I forced him to stay into a trade. He opened it and he wanted to make a scalp, and I opened the same trade, but I have a swing trade target, and I wanted to show him, and I said, Heiko, you can do the same, because we opened the same trade. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it together. I will help you to reach a target. It's just more far away, just maybe an hour or 2 hours. It was an amazing story, guys. And I swear to God, after 10 minutes, I forced him to stay into the trade. He didn't close it. I forced him to do that, because it was a battle, and we were in front of the cameras live. And after 10 minutes, he starts to sweating. There was some sweating tears running down his face. And after around 13, 15 minutes, he said to me, Marcus, I'm done. I have to go out right now. I cannot watch this. I cannot do that. I cannot stay. I have to go out. Okay, I said, stay into the trade, go out, leave the room right now, go to the restroom or to some smoking or something else, drink a beer, whatever you want to do, but stay. I have to go out. I cannot watch it anymore. So this is a true story. You can ask him about that. And it's really, you have to, yes, normally you are engaged for very little time, but you have to be the right person to do that. So, but the pro is that if you are engaged for a little time, which means you have to take risk for less time. But you can imagine, in that case, it makes no sense to work with a normal risk management. If you are engaged in trades for less time, you have to rise up your risk. Because if you work with 1% and you want to scalp 3, 5, 4, 6 pips, how stupid is that to think about in 1%? It makes no sense. So most of the times, scalpers are engaged with high percent, with high risk. But the pro is you are less time in the market with this high risk. So high leverage, yes, you can use both. High risk, a lot of contracts, a lot of, how should I say, yes, a lot of contracts, or high leverage, of course, but for very less time. Otherwise, it makes no sense to work with 0.5% of your trading account as a risk, and you want to have 6 or 7 pips. It makes absolutely no sense. So, and now that's the point. If you think it a little bit through, then you can imagine that you cannot use every market for this trading approach. Because if you say you have to take high risk for less time, it makes no sense to work in a market which has a high spread, for example, or high cost, for example. So that's the pros. So let's repeat it. You can scalp in every time and in almost every market. It's possible for every kind of trader. If you are a part-time trader, you come home from market, from your job, you can make scalps, of course. And the positive thing is you're engaged for little time, and you take your risk for less time. So that's the pros on the side. You can see it's 1 to 4 points, 4 topics about on the pro side. So let's see about the bad news. So bad news, where is my mouse? Bad news, you see we have five topics, 5 points. Scalping, guys, requires a lot of experience. And this is one of the reasons why most of the beginners, they come to trading, lost their money. Because they think they can make scalping, because they have the illusion in their mind to be in market very, very quick and can make money in a quick time, but you can lose it in very quick time as well. And most of the traders lose their money in this trading style because they have no experience. What does it mean to have experience? Let's talk about it a couple of minutes later. We want to come back to this point of experience. So you are risking a lot of money in a very short period. Here we go. That's the point. If you are engaged in trading for less time, you have to rise up your risk. Otherwise, it makes no sense to be in market for 5 or 6 pips with one mini lot or one micro lot. It makes no sense. As well with one lot, it makes no sense to engage for 5 minutes to get 6, 7, 10 pips with one lot, or maybe with one lot maybe it works, but it's too less. To be honest, for this kind of stress level, for this risk, what you have to do there in the market, you have to make a lot of money in very less time. Scalping is mostly profitable in future markets, which means you need huge deposit. So, you can work with less deposit, but then you have to use high leverage. But don't forget, both of them, scalping in future or with high leverage, works in both directions, in the profit than the loss as well. Don't forget that, guys. And you have to recover your account if you are in the loss. Don't forget that. So scalping is most profitable in future markets. Why? Because it's double-edged sword. What a nice word. Yes, thank you. I didn't know that that word exists. Thank you very much. Double-edged sword. Okay, why it makes more sense to work in future markets? Okay, future market is high valuable. So for example, let's do the DAX. I guess everybody of you know the DAX, the future market DAX. So it means 1 point in the future market DAX means 25 euros. For that, you have to set 25,000 euros as the margin. So now you can imagine how much money you need to make trades in future markets, for example, in DAX. Let's concentrate on DAX. So you see, and this is the highest valuable market, high volatility, so much money in it, high valuable. So, and it's much liquidity in the market. There it makes sense to cut or to scalp for 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. So if you can earn 10 points with scalping, you know, 25 euros, 1 point, it makes 250 euros or dollars with one trade, with one contract. But if it goes into the false direction, you lose 250 euros. Don't forget that. Maybe you can work in S&P 500 in the mini lot, S&P 500 mini, or Nasdaq mini for, of course. And I guess it means $5, I guess, $5 in the future market in S&P 500 mini, S&P mini, it means $5. Okay, so if you make 10 pips, 10 points, then you have 50 euros or $50. So you see, it means a lot of money. If you do it the same in the currency pairs, you have to use the futures. So 6E, 6B, 6C, 6N, 6S. This means Swiss franc USD, New Zealand USD. It's always against the USD. Aussie USD, Euro USD. It means the 6 SN, A, B, if you're British pound, and so on. So, and you know, high value. 1 pip, I don't know means, I guess, I don't know correct right now what does it mean, but it makes sense to make such scalpings in the future market. Otherwise, you can use it with high leverage. If you don't live in Europe, because there is the leverage is restricted at 130 and 120, but if you have an account outside from the Europe, you can rise up your leverage to 500, 600, 700. Don't forget, as Vincenzo said, it's a double-edged sword, so it works in both directions. Don't forget that. So therefore, you have exactly to know what you have to do. That means the first point, a lot of experience, mental fitness. So, and you need maximum of discipline. Guys, imagine right now you have a trading approach and you want to make a scalp, and you know you have a high risk into the market right now, and the trade starts. Let me see your chair. If this is your SM factor or the MS factor, moving, sliding factor, are you getting nervous? You're really close to a nerve breakdown? Okay, then it's not the time to being a scalper. Of course not. So, but now imagine, for scalping, you need a really damn hard target and hard stop. It's not possible. Of course it is, but then we'll lose everything. One of my clients in my Dow family lost in the future markets because he didn't want to hear to me. He didn't want to listen to me. I said, let it go. Don't do it. But he didn't want to hear to me. He lost 2,500 euros during 5 minutes. Tell me, guys, type in the chat box, how long do you have to work in your normal job for 2,500 euros? Tell me, please type it in the chat box. How long, or type it in the video below this video at this slide. How long do you have to work for 2,500 euros? What do you think? I can read in the chat box, more than 1 month, 2 weeks. That's really less, 2 weeks, of course. Yes, then you have a great job. Thanks you. So you see, I guess more than 5 minutes, almost a month, Sandra. Thanks. Almost a month. For more is 3 weeks. You see, but he lost 2,500 euros during 5 damn minutes. Do you know why? He didn't respect his stop. He thought the price will recover. but the price didn't recover. He was not able to respect the stop. And if you are not able to respect your stop, then you can do everything but not trading. If you have no respect to your stop, stop with trading and go hiking or bowling or whatever you want, but no trading. Especially you are a scalper, because you risk a lot of money in a really less time. And if you don't have any respect to your stop, you will lose too much money, or in a worst case, you lose everything. And now imagine you have to work 2 weeks, 3 weeks, more than 1 month for 2,500 euros. You can care for your family, for your kids, for your wife. And you are sitting in your office and you have no respect for that kind of trading approach. You will use 2,500 euros. And then go out, tell it to your wife or your husband, or tell your kids, sorry kids, I cannot buy you a gift. I cannot buy you a Christmas present because I lost the money. Do it. Do it one time and have a look in the very sad eyes of your kiddies, because you were not able to respect your stop. And this is one of the most important things. You have to need maximum discipline and mental fitness. If you don't have that, please, no scalping. No scalping. You really need a very close stop, because you have high leverage or high risk in the market. You cannot let the market run against you for 10 or 20 pips. It's not possible. I swear you will throw out your chair to the window. So high is your moving sliding factor. And you have a big lag, a big row, how should I say, in front of your screen, in front of your table, because you're running left and right, because you're getting nervous. You're really close to nervous breakdown. Don't do that. And this is the point. You need maximum discipline and mental fitness. Believe me, guys, I tried it. Once in my past, I had the illusion to make money in a quick time. Believe me, it was the worst time, one of the worst times in my life. I swear to God. Really, really, really. It was, I would never wish that feeling to my biggest enemies. Never. So many mouses saw how should I say? I guess you know what I mean. So many mouses I threw against the wall because it was too much. It was too much. And I lost too much money because I was not able. I was not experienced. I had no discipline and mental fitness because it's too much. So, and I lost almost 2K euro for 50 minutes. Listen, 2,000 euros or euros for 50 minutes because I think myself for greater from the market. Remember this feeling for the rest of my life. Thanks for this honest statement. I'm really grateful for that. So you can see that's life. We have a wonderful guy among of us. He's honest enough to share this experience with us. 2,000 euros, you 15 minutes, and you have to work 1 month for that money. If you made this experience one time in your life, and you know what you never will do in the future. So you need a lot of experience for this point. And the last point is you need insight into the order book, and this means you have high costs because you need a futures broker, of course, where you have an insight to the market, And it's really interesting. You need, if you make 6E, 6S, 6N, 6J, for example, in Ninja, then you need the insight into your future market, because you need to know about the values there and about the book map that you can see about the contracts. You need to have an insight to that. Otherwise, it's like you will, it's like, how should I say, blind like a bat. So, and it's not the sense, and you have a behavior like a bull in the china shop. It makes no sense if you have no insight into the book map. And this is the blind as a bat. Yes, that was the right word. So, and it's not, it makes no sense. So, for example, if you want to make trades in the future market in DAX, you need the book map. For that, you need a broker which offers a book map, and you have to learn to read the book map. How long do you think does it take? How long? So I have questions answer here. I can see it. Just a moment. Shooting blindly. Yes, thanks. Absolutely. Shooting blindly. Absolutely, that's the right word. Without insights into the book map, it's like shooting blindly. Thanks, Manfred, for that. So you need a broker, and it's high cost, because to have an insight the book map, it's not priceless. Of course not. So there are a little bit more cons than pros for this trading approach. Okay. Strategy for beginners. Use a less valuable market if you want to do that, like S&P mini contracts. So that means 1 point, I guess, 250 or $5, I guess. And use only one future contract, or alternatively, fewer CFD contracts with your leverage. Use it that you can start very calm with that kind of trading if you want to do that. So, and of course, use higher time frames first for have a better overview, because you know my words, the where is always more important than the how you can get into the market. So, and use big supports and resists, and I want to show you why. So this is a strategy. Now you can see, I want to come back to my friend here. Just a moment, please. Kamal. So the best strategy. I guess this is an interesting strategy you can use. So work with S&P or NASDAQ or Dow Mini, that you have less contracts. Or maybe you use only one CFD, for example, or two CFDs for that. And then before you do it, and you have to do it in the 1 minute chart. Scalping is not hourly chart. Scalping is 1 minute chart. That's the chart you have to watch in 1 minute chart. But first of all, you have to look at the hourly chart at higher time frames, that you exactly know where are you in the market. And there it's the best. You can use big supports or resistances or several or specific points into the markets. So let's see some examples. For example, I have, let's do it in Dow Jones. Okay, this is Dow Jones. I hope. No, this is not. Okay, this is Dow Jones, for example. This is the hourly chart. So, and now we suppose that you want to make scalping in 1 minute. Scalping only works in 1 minute. You don't make a scalp in hourly chart, that's swing trade. So only 1 minute chart. So let's see, make sure that you have insight to the full history. So for example, you can use market profile, or you can figure out about, okay, where is the best situation? Because don't forget, you are on the right side of the chart, not on the left side where you can say, oh, there I would make a trade. Or there I wouldn't go out of the market. No, you're on the right side of the chart. So now, for example, let's see where we are. Oh, and you can see, let's look at this one there at exactly 26,296, and you have to remember the number. If you make scalping in 1 minute, you have to remember the number. So now you know, okay, let's see, make a rectangle here, for example, at this point. And now, okay, maybe you were here, because we are a little bit late here right now. Maybe you were here at that point, that last hour, for example, here. And then you think, okay, I want to make a scalp. And then you can imagine, you know, the point of control, for example, it's kind of just like a support, like a support. And then you remember, okay, maybe I can make a scalp there. So remember the number, it's 26,304. So I write it down, 26,304 points, and you want to make a scalp. So you see, first of all, have a look at the big picture, that you see where is the chance to make a real scalp, for example. Okay, then and now let's go to the 1 minute chart. I hope so. Here we go. So you can see 26,304 points. There was, you see, there's the green rectangle, and you see what happened there. Now you have some tools maybe. First of all, you see you have maybe a small divergence here on the lower side. That's amazing. Look at this one. So, and now you have all rights and all opportunities to make a scalp there, because you know, okay, at 26,304 is the point of control in the hourly chart, for example. So, and now I can see, oh God, it's just a downtrend, but scalping is not depending from a downtrend. You don't want to trade the trend. You want to scalp some points. So what you have to do, for example, you wait for the rebound here, and you went in, and you have to know where is your target exactly. So, for example, you have your target, you went into, and you work with such kind of market profile, or with a big resistor support. So let's cut it here for a moment. So, and you work with big resistance support, and you could see, okay, oh my God, you look at this one, there was the next resist here at that point. So you can see, okay, 26,304 is exactly there to, let's see, at that point. So you see, you went into, and now you have to make the decision about your target and your stop. So you can see, okay, 305, I can make profit up to this resist zone, maybe to 323, that makes 20 pips, 20 points. It's a lot of money. If you have maybe 2, 3, 5, 4 CFDs for that, or if you make it in a future market, you can do the same. But where do you have to set your stop? Of course, very, very close below the last low. And if the price will go down, you are out. You cannot trail your stop far away, because you are highly risked into the market. High risky, because you only want to see 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pips. So, and if you want to try this kind of approach, use that. Use maybe, let's see another example. And maybe we can see, so I don't know right now. So let's see maybe another market. Let's see, for example, Euro USD. Let's do it here. Okay, for example, this is the hourly chart. And maybe you could see we went into the correction, and maybe here at that moment you came home from your job. It's 12, it's afternoon, and you can see, oh, okay, maybe there is a a wonderful opportunity maybe to speculate on this double top on the upper side. Okay, and there you can see, oh, that's really interesting. So let's remember 1.10004. Remember it, 110. So first of all, you are in the big picture, you can see, okay, there is a possible double top on the lower side. So you're very close to that. You want to make a scalp, just only some points. Then, you know, 110 exactly 110. It's a row. It's a really clear number. So let's go to the 1 minute chart. So, and let's go back to 110. Okay, it's I don't have this. Yes, I guess this is here 110. Oh no, it's I don't have this history. So, but I guess you see what I meant. That as if you are, let's go a little bit closer. Maybe here. Let's use this one. Oh my God, it's too late. I overlooked about the time. So, but you can see that's the double bottom. That's a little bit in the hourly chart. How should I say? A divergence, and then switch to the 1 minute chart and use that for make some pips on the upper side. So that's the point about that. And Joyce, I always talk too much. Oh my God. Mark, I'm so sorry for that. So, but you could see this is one of a good strategy if you ask for that to figure out about supports and resists. So when to scalp? It's a good idea when the market's open, of course, opening, closing, about news, you know, and the worst time if you have Christmas days, calm time, and you have less volatility about the break in the lunchtime, about the big and the big traders, of course. So how you can be an advanced scalper? It's just one of the difficult kinds of trading. I know I need a little bit more minutes right now. To move, you need 10,000 hours at least. You know, to be a master of that, you need a lot of times. You have to try it and try it and try it and try. More than yes, might do webinars. So, and I can just suggest to you, take a coach for that. It's very helpful. You want to become an advanced trader, or you take support by personal development, of course. You have to change your mind to do that. But it is possible. If you want to become a scalper, it is possible if you follow such advices. But you have to train it. We will make your voice. You have to train it, of course, more than 10,000 hours. Believe me, it is necessary. And if you don't want to do that stress, I have wonderful news for you. We can make a lot of money in other ways. So let's make a sum of that. Scalping is one of the most difficult trading approaches. Scalping is able to give you monthly income, of course, if you're a part-time trader, but you need a huge account and insights into the order book. And if you're willing to spend a lot of hours, scalping success is possible. Really, believe me, a lot of hours you need. And now we don't want to leave you behind, because the webinar is over right now, or from Paul or from Jens as well. And we don't want to leave you. We want to let you alone. Trading Spotlight community. Go to Trader's Yard, make a screenshot right now. Join, only 1 week to go. For 1 week, no live account required. After next Friday, we close the doors and you only can come in if you have a deposit account and a live account at Admiral Markets. So now is your chance. Come into our Trading Spotlight. There we'll see how we manage our trades, trail our stops, and so on. We want to invite you, Admiral Markets. We want to create a wonderful community worldwide. And let's work and processing together. Let's grow up together in personal development. I share all my thoughts with you, Jens and Paul as well. And we want to grow up together to a wonderful and great community. Jens is on stage on Friday with the next Monte Carlo simulations. And you see he has a lot of topics. Why lower leverage is good for retail traders. Friday, 2 p.m., same time, same place. Check your box about about that. More information about that at Admiral Markets. And you see, you can reach us overall and everywhere. And I'm feeling honored that you be a part of this webinar again. If you have any questions, type it below that video on YouTube right now. We will answer. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for the time. I have 5 minutes more than I needed. I'm so sorry for that. I wish you a wonderful time. Thanks for your lifetime. And I hope we will see each other in Traders Yard to share our experience. And yes, be careful about your thoughts, because you know they are the beginning of your actions. See you. Bye-bye.